to the part of the program where we're going to get an update on the city of Lancaster. So we have with us today Councilwoman Sandra Johnson. Sandra really is an inspiration to us all. She and her husband started the University of Antelope Valley here locally in our community. What's even more inspirational is that they have the ability to probably live anywhere in the world that they want to, but they've invested their roots here in the Antelope Valley, donating to our local charities, spending time in our community to help educate our community, to make our community a safer place by providing CPR and first aid training to thousands of people in the Antelope Valley. So to give us the update, please help us welcome Sandra Johnson.
I'm here to tell you a little bit about our wonderful city of Lancaster. So those that haven't come here, please exit to the future, which is us, the city of Lancaster. City of Lancaster doesn't just sit back and wait for the future to come to us. We are the future, and the future for us is today. Before we go a little bit over the details of the city of Lancaster, let's talk a little bit about California, our wonderful state, and what we're known for. We're known for our beautiful Golden Gate Bridge, our amazing, sandy, beautiful beaches, and right in our backyard, we're known for our poppy fields. Can't forget about Hollywood. We're definitely known for Hollywood. There's one more thing that we're known for in the state of California. That's we're out of money. We definitely are out of money, but the thing that motivates us here in the city of Lancaster is that we don't let that stop us. We think outside the box. We become creative. We have a city council members that are filled with entrepreneur minds, and we take that as a challenge. So we know to budget. Now, I grew up in humble beginnings, so budget to me is not a challenge. Ask my husband. He's still on a weekly allowance. So budget is more of a joy for me to be able to see what we can save. And with all of our council members and the city of Lancaster employees, we've learned how to budget. And speaking of growing up with humble beginnings, I wanted to share this with you. Some of us, I think, will remember this. Do we remember the old Lancaster Boulevard? Yes. I remember there used to be a JCPenney's on Lancaster Boulevard. I used to walk in JCPenney's and say, one day I'm going to be able to buy some of these clothes. But what was more exciting, what I remember, and I think a lot of you will be able to relate, those of us who have lived here for decades on the boulevard. Now keep in mind though, it does say 1954, but I wasn't there in 1954. Some of us were. I think I see Marvin's Chris picture in there. But on a serious note, I remember when we used to cruise the boulevard. Do some of us remember cruising the boulevard? Yeah? Do you remember our cars where we just thought it was the most amazing thing and we'd shine it up and clean it and just cruise back and forth on the boulevard and enjoy that energy? And all of us kids could hang out on the boulevard and just talk about what's going on here in our town and how exciting it is and the next football game and AV beating Quartzville High School. I remember those days, how exciting it was and the energy that we had. I also remember the movie theater that we had on the boulevard. And I'm going to admit to something now, so Dad, forgive me. That's where my husband and I had our first date. Sorry, Dad. But we enjoyed it, and we saw our friends there at the movie theater. What was also exciting is that we would stop, leave the boulevard. I see a lot of people's heads shaking. Yeah, we remember this. We would leave the boulevard and go to Noggles. I can't tell you how many burritos I've had at Noggles. It was amazing. And then we'd go back to the boulevard. And I'm seeing you guys smiling and I'm seeing you laugh because we were all remembering the energy that we had in those days on the boulevard. How much fun it was and how rewarding it was. But we were bringing that back. And you have to have a vision to be able to bring that back. And us council members, our Mayor Rex Paris, Ron Smith, Marv Chris, Ken Mann, and myself are all locals here. We've lived here for a long time. So we remember those days. So when we had the opportunity to have a vision to bring the boulevard back, it was a little bit easier when we went through the history of the boulevard. But not just the boulevard, our community in general. So we needed to get with people that had creative minds. People that were here for us, here in our community. And some of those people, as we just had the honor to hear, was Scott Ehrlich. We found Scott Ehrlich and thought, what a mind. He's creative, he's where we are, and he's here to care about our community. So we partnered up. And what we, the City of Lancaster, have been able to do just on the boulevard is we've created 40 businesses just on the boulevard. We have lounges, we have dance studios, retail stores, beautiful restaurants. But more importantly, during these rough economic times, we are happy to say that just on the boulevard we created 800 jobs. That is amazing. And I have to show you the beautiful movie theater, because this is where my husband and I now enjoy our movie date nights, is the new movie theater on the boulevard. Look at this. This is amazing. Again, the challenging times that we are having in here, we, the City of Lancaster, are not allowing that to stop us. We have brought in over $274 million to our City of Lancaster by all of the development that we have been doing. And I think that deserves a big applause also. We have there our Heroes Park that we're so proud of. We also have Beck's. In our days, it used to be Noggles. We had to leave the boulevard to enjoy the good food. Yes, good food at Noggles. But now we can stay on the boulevard and enjoy Beck's. We also are known here in our community for our arts. We have talented people here with so many areas of arts. Mine happens to be dancing. I love dancing. But we have our Museum of Arts and History, MOA, that we're excited for our grand opening. You know, some of the other things that we've also thought of is our community involvement, how we can have things happen in our community and get everyone together and have that positive energy. One of the things that we did here just recently this last Halloween was the boulevard. Look at this picture. I have to be honest, when I saw this picture, I thought I was looking at the Las Vegas Strip on New Year's Eve. Isn't that amazing? That is us. That is all of us as a community coming together and having fun. And I'm happy to say with all of us there, we didn't have one incident happen, not one. And that's thanking our deputies for the wonderful work that they do for us. And that's also a reflection of us. We just want to have somewhere to go, somewhere positive. We don't want to hear the negative anymore. That's not what the City of Lancaster is about. Our personality is, we're not going to be sitting here complaining about it. We're going to do something about it. And that's what our character is here in the City of Lancaster. Another thing that we really enjoyed was the streets of Lancaster. It was very competitive. We were all racing. We had a little bit of an accident, if you haven't heard, but our mayor is just fine. But even more importantly, we also we're promoting our entrepreneurs. There were vendors. They were showing their products. And we, the City of Lancaster, very much promote entrepreneurs. We're educating them. We're trying to promote them to continue to grow in their businesses, because everyone prospers in our community by doing so. The other thing that we're really proud of is that we did the Celebrate America on the Boulevard. That was an honor to be able to acknowledge that evening and to be able to acknowledge our heroes and the military. Because after all, if it wasn't for them, as we've been hearing, we wouldn't be here at all. So it's an honor to acknowledge them. You know, through all of these things that I've been sharing with you and all of these journeys and the future visions that we're having here in our wonderful City of Lancaster, we can't do it without community. We can't do it without partnering up. And the people that we partner up with are the people, the organizations, and the companies that have the same attitudes, the same visions, and the same creativity as the City of Lancaster does. And that is to make a difference. Don't let things get in your way. Go ahead, go in the future. Again, the City of Lancaster is the future today. We are known to make the impossible possible with the right partnerships. So we want to thank the City of Lancaster, all of the partners that we've built during this journey in our wonderful City of Lancaster. Thank you to all the partners. As you can see here, Lancaster has the best location in our country to become the solar capital of the world. And that's what we are doing. As I said, we are the future today. And to do this, we must partner up with the right companies. One of them being Ecolution. They are an amazing company. They also are the company that has the vision of the future. And they are part of us, the city of Lancaster, of making history. That's what we are here in the city of Lancaster, is we make history. We are the example for other cities. And to partner up with this company, we are so excited that we have the opportunity to create history again. But what I'm more excited about, I should say my husband's more excited about, is that this company will help us to be able to recycle. So that's very exciting. In addition to that, this company will be able to give us long-term revenue and help us with our environment. But all of these things that I'm sharing with you is also to promote jobs and create jobs. Jobs such as accounting, such as education, such as in construction. This is just the beginning of where the city of Lancaster is heading on promoting jobs. But we don't stop there. Our mayor, who has spent his own money, has gone around the world to see how other countries are doing their solar. Because again, why reinvent the wheel? So he is going over there studying how they do it best so that he can bring it back to our city so that we can move forward and make history. And speaking of history, this home that we partnered up with BYD and KB Homes, this home is a future home. This is the type of homes that we used to see on the Jetsons, and they talk about future homes that would run on net zero. This future home is here today in our city of Lancaster. And that is amazing that we're able to say that these are the types of homes that we are currently building in our community. Revitalization. You know, I have to say that when I was growing up, I never even heard of the word revitalization. And I'd like to share a story with you so you can see how near and dear to my heart revitalization is for me. 9 months ago, I lost my best friend, the person that gave me motivation, and that's my mother. My mother came from Santiago, Chile. When she lived in Santiago, Chile, and I was born, just as all of us mothers want, is the best that you can give for your child. And she knew that she could not do that there. And she also knew to be able to give her children the best life possible, she needed to be in the best country in the world. And that was the United States of America. My mother worked and worked and worked until she saved enough money and brought us here to Lancaster legally. She believed in following the rules, and she knew that was one of them. She believed in being an example for others, and she knew that's how it had to start. And I'm sharing some of these pictures with you because that's where we lived, in an area like that. We didn't live in a big, beautiful home. We didn't have name brand clothes, but that was okay because that's not why my mom brought us here. Her intent to bring us here was so that we could have the opportunities that we are so honored to have here in America. She brought us here so that we could have the American dream. And I'm proud to say that she did a beautiful job. My brother is an LA City firefighter paramedic. And I am a CEO of a university and I am currently the councilwoman of the best city that I know of is Lancaster. Our home was full of love, great food, wonderful music. We prayed daily. So my heart was always full of love when I went into our home. But coming outside, we couldn't control the neighborhood, meaning there was nowhere to go, nothing to do. Us kids didn't have a place to connect, to feel a purpose. And because of that, I'm sad to say that my brother and I were able to leave the neighborhood because of the parenting that we had. But every single friend that my brother and I had in the neighborhood we grew up in is either on drugs, locked up, or no longer with us. And I will not allow that to happen to our future children. That's why I am so proud to say that our city of Lancaster has our neighborhood impact homes. And look at these pictures. The deputies showing the children that they are safe, that they are protected. Seeing these children when the city of Lancaster donates bicycles to them, and seeing their smile, and letting them know that we do love them, we do care, and that they are going to be productive and be our future leaders. And they know that. They feel that at that age. These homes are so warm. And we have tutoring in these homes. But more importantly, we also have monitored visitations. Could you imagine, first of all, children having to go to monitored visitations to see a parent? And then when they go, it has to be in a cold environment. They remember that. They feel that fright, that question of themselves. But with these homes, they're able to go to a nice warm home, go in the refrigerator, grab some milk as they visit their parent. And they feel that security, and they feel that love, and they become productive in their future, and then they give when they become adults. But this can't happen without volunteers in our community, such as Pastor Dave and Pastor Chris and their congregations. They volunteer their time for these children, for our future. So I want to thank the community for volunteering your time to my neighborhood where I grew up for our children and their future. Thank you. It doesn't stop there, though. There's other homes that we have. We have wellness homes. These wellness homes promote on how to live a healthy life. Again, as I mentioned to you, we came from humble beginnings. We couldn't afford health insurance. It was devastating because my brother used to have very bad bronchitis. Could you imagine, as a parent, how my mother and my father felt when my brother had bronchitis and he's trying to breathe and we couldn't take him to see a doctor, and we sat there and we prayed? Could you imagine how they must have felt as parents? Well, we're not allowing that here in our city. We have wellness homes in the neighborhood where I grew up in. And this is where these children can go, and the adults can go to get the care that they deserve as an American. Thanks to Antelope Valley Partners in Health and other organizations that donate their time to these neighborhoods, these children, these families, they are receiving the health that they deserve. But in addition to that, it doesn't stop there. We're also, the city of Lancaster, promoting good health, because a healthy body is a healthy mind. So we have the farmers market on the boulevard. And what we do there is we sell healthy food. We teach them how to cook healthy food. But in addition to that, there's also vendors, entrepreneurs again, that are there showing their products so that they can prosper, they can grow. We're creating jobs. We're adding, extra bicycle rails. We're promoting health and exercise. I mean, when some of us have the opportunity to leave town, have you ever gone to some kind of towns where they have a university and then they have beaches and you see people riding their bikes and they're jogging and they're walking their dogs and you just feel that great energy and you just feel like you could just conquer anything? That's what we're bringing here to our community. That's what we're going to be doing here. Now, everything I've shared with you and my story when I was a child, it's all about family, right? That's why we're in this great community. Us council members are happy to say that we've lived here for decades. And why do we stay here? Because this community is known to be family. And that's what we care about, is our family. Do you know why I do this? Do you know why I wake up every morning and make sacrifices every day? Do you know why I promote education and produce productive citizens every day? Do you know why I live, believe, and promote the American dream? Because that's my family. That's my family, and you're my community. Thank you.